Quim was really born out of my own personal health problems. All the women in my family are super susceptible to UTIs and yeast infections. And I got my first UTI when I was about 18, and that turned into a kidney infection, which put me in the hospital. I had to go on multiple rounds of antibiotics. I think, as we all know, antibiotics are a godsend when you really need them, but they also wipe your body of all of the good bacteria, leaving you exponentially more likely to contract a vaginal yeast infection. And so years of enduring this process, which I will get into, I'm sure we'll get into more later, sort of the underlying causes for a lot of these health problems and, sort of not particularly body conscious ingredients. Because I knew that I was susceptible to these issues and about enduring this cycle for about 8 years, I started to look into proactive vaginal care. There weren't a lot of products out there. And so I started making my own based on research I was doing. I identified a few plant-based ingredients that were really helpful for maintaining a healthy vaginal pH, keeping UTIs and yeast infections away, which is really great because, over 50% of people with vaginas prefer to have sex with some type of lubricant. And then in 2015, I started working in the cannabis industry and started to learn more about the topical benefits of cannabis. And what I learned is that when cannabis is absorbed vaginally, it works as a vasodilator. So it's actually going to increase blood flow to that part of your body, augmenting your body's natural lubrication, essentially creating a vaginal, a clitoral, a vulvular erection, which I think is super cool. I often think of our products as Viagra for people with vaginas. And so that's, I would say for me, that was really the first aha moment about putting weed in my vagina. I was like, oh my gosh, this makes it easier to achieve orgasm. It takes about, the first iterations of the products I was making, it would take, 10 to 20 minutes to feel the effects, which at least for me, I think is actually really amazing in that when you put these products on yourself or your partner puts them on you, you're really sort of setting the stage for a sensual experience. And I think it sort of slows down the sexual encounter and maybe increases the length of foreplay because you won't really feel the effects for about, 10 to 20 minutes. That's now changed now that we use, some of the products, it still stays like that. We use For our latex-based product, we use a nano emulsion that tends to kick in a little bit faster. But I actually really like that because I think, the brain is the largest sex organ we have. And I think, for so many people, a lot of women specifically, we hear this from that it's hard to make space for sensual time in your head first. We're working, we're sometimes taking care of children, sometimes taking care of pets, taking care of the house, taking care of our families. And I think the first step to make that space is actually really important.